Welcome and thank you for joining us. We are looking at cubic graphs, and the question we have reads, the table below shows values of x and some values of y for the curve y is equal to x cubed plus 3x squared minus 4x minus 12 in the range of x values between -4 and +2. Part A, complete the table by filling in the missing values of y. So when the value of x is -4, the value of y is -12, and when x is -3, y is 0. When x is -2, again y is 0. When x is -1, y is -6, and when y is 0, the value of x is -12, and when it is +1, it is -12 again. When x is 2, the value of y is going to be 0. Once we have that, we can now proceed and draw our graph by using the values of x and y from the table. We are going to use the scale provided on the x-axis, but disobey the vertical axis that is given because the graph given here cannot be able to accommodate that scale. So if we are going to let our origin be at this point here, we can let our origin to be at this point, which is 0. Then we have 0.5 here, 1.0, 1.5, and lastly we have 2.0. Then we have -0.5, -1.0. Then we have -1.5, -2.0, -2.5, -3.0, -3.5, and lastly -4.0. Then on the y-axis, we use a scale of 1 centimeter to 2 units. Going down, we are going to have -2, -4. We have -2, -4, -6, -8. Then we have -10, -12, and lastly -14. From here now we can be able to start plotting our graph straight away. When x is -4, y is -12 at this particular point here. When x is -3.5, y is -4.1. 4.1 is around this point here. When x is -3, it is 0. When x is -2.5, it is 1.1. 1.1 is around this point here. And when the value of x is -2, it is 0. When x is -1.5, it is 2.6 negative. 2.6 is around this point. When x is -1, y is -6 here. And when x is -0.5, it is -9.4. -9.4, this is -9.4 is around this point here. And when x is 0, it is -12 down here. And when x is 0.5, 13.1. 0.5, it is 13.1. This is 12, 13 here. 13.1 is around this point. And when the value of x is 1, it is -12. 1 is -12 at this point here. When the value of y is 1.5, it is negative 7.9. 1.5 is negative 7.9 at this particular point here. And when the value of x is positive 2, it is 0 at this particular point. Once we have done that, now we can join all the plotted points for us to have our curve. And this is how we are going to do it. We need a very smooth curve. Once we have joined all our points, you come and label your graph, because without labeling again, you cannot be able to get the marks here. So we are going to have our graph labeled as y being equal to, we have x cubed plus 3x squared minus 4x minus 12. From here now we can be able to proceed and answer other questions. That is part B is done. For part C, by drawing a suitable straight line graph on the same grid as B above, solve the equation, that is x cubed plus 3x squared minus 5x minus 6. So we are going to do this by taking the main function, which is y is equals to x cubed. That is y is equals to x cubed plus 2x squared minus 4x minus 12. Then we take the other given function that we are supposed to work on, which is x cubed plus 3x squared, x cubed plus 2x squared minus 5x minus 6 is equal to 0. When you subtract the two equations, y minus 0, you get y being equal to x cubed minus x cubed is 0, 2x squared minus 2x squared is 0, minus 4x minus 5x, you get positive x, then minus 12 minus 6, you get negative 6. Then from there now we can make a table having the values of x and y, so that we can use them to plot or to simply draw the straight line. When x is 0, for example, y is going to be negative 6. And if we assume the value of x to be 2, then the value of y is going to be negative 4. These 2 points are enough for us to draw the line. We can now do our plotting. When x is 0, y is negative 6 at this point here. And when x is 2, at this point, the value of y is negative 4. Negative 4 is here. So we are going to use a ruler to join the 2 points so that we can be able to get that particular line. Joining the 2 points, we are going to have a line here. That is what we are going to have. That is our straight line. We can always name our straight line as y is equals to, that is x minus 6, for us again to go and score that particular point. From here, we are going to give the solutions of this particular curve, and the solution is going to be the point where the line intersects with the curve. So we need 3 values because these are cubic graphs. We are going to pick our value here, and of course we have to move towards the x-axis for us to read this particular point. So you must always show how you have picked your point from the graph. So the value of x at this particular point is going to be negative 3.9, and the value of x at this point here is going to be around negative 0.9. That is negative 0.9, and the other value of x is going to be approximately 1.6. Those are the solutions. But again, it is very important that you show how you have picked your values, and therefore you need to draw a broken line towards the x-axis to show how you have picked your answers. So that is how we have picked the value from here. We have also picked our value from this particular point here. We have also picked our point from that particular end there. Thank you for watching and welcome to our discussions. And in case you are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that anytime we publish a video like this, you'll automatically be given a notification. Since we disobeyed the scale given, it is good that we state our scale here. But as I mentioned, when you've been given the scale to use, you must use that particular scale. For the x-axis, we have used 1 centimeter to represent 0.5 units, and for the y-axis, we have used 1 centimeter to represent 2 units. Thank you and welcome.